How did the IMF influence post-Soviet market reforms? Imagine a time when countries faced chaos after losing their old economic systems. That's what happened after the Soviet Union broke apart. The International Monetary Fund stepped in to help these nations rebuild their economies. The IMF's main goal was to guide them toward a market economy, which is different from the central planning of communism. They provided financial aid, but only if countries agreed to follow certain rules. These rules aimed to transform state-run industries into private businesses and open up trade with other countries. One of the first things the IMF pushed for was price liberalization. This meant ending government control over prices and letting supply and demand set prices naturally. Countries also had to privatize their industries, selling state-owned companies to private owners, often foreign investors. This was a big shift because under communism, the government owned everything. The IMF also wanted countries to cut subsidies that kept prices artificially low for industries and agriculture. This step was meant to make economies more efficient but often led to hardship for ordinary people. Another key reform was fiscal austerity. Governments had to reduce their spending, which often meant cutting jobs in the public sector and reducing social services like healthcare and education. The IMF also encouraged monetary stabilization. This involved controlling inflation by raising interest rates and tightening the money supply. Countries were also told to remove barriers to foreign trade and investment to make their economies more open and competitive. To make these reforms work, the IMF demanded institutional changes too. Countries had to improve their banking systems, collect taxes better, and improve financial oversight. These measures aimed to create a legal framework for a functioning capitalist economy. In practice, results varied. Some countries in Central Europe and the Baltics managed to stabilize their economies and attract foreign investment. But others in the former Soviet Union faced deep recessions, rising unemployment, and growing inequality. The rapid withdrawal of state support left many without social safety nets, leading to social unrest. From the communist point of view, these reforms looked like an attack on their core principles. They saw the IMF's conditions as forcing countries to abandon collective ownership and social equality. Many believed these policies benefited foreign investors and local elites more than ordinary citizens. Factually, the IMF helped these countries connect to the global economy and provided much-needed financial help. But the transition was often painful, with living standards falling sharply in the 1990s. The speed of reforms sometimes caused economic instability and social problems. The influence of the IMF is still felt today. Some countries have recovered and grown stronger, while others still struggle with the social costs of rapid change. The debate continues about whether the long-term benefits outweigh the immediate hardships. From a communist perspective, the IMF's role is seen as an external force pushing a Western capitalist agenda, often at the expense of social equality and national control. So, the IMF played a major part in shaping the post-Soviet economic landscape. It pushed for rapid liberalization and integration into the world market, but not without significant social and economic challenges along the way.